Mizomi. Once again, man, thank you guys for supporting the movement. Big Zoe Podcast, another Thursday, another new episode. Anyway, this episode is about coding, it's about Microsoft, and it's about technology in the next 5 to 10 years. Man, let us know what you think. Leave a comment below. And then especially, click subscribe.
Yo,
Mizomi.
Mizomi. Welcome to the Big Zo Podcast. I go by the name of Berto.
It's your boy Beast on the beat.
Hey, man, we got a special guest, special guest. We got the homie, Alex. Alex, was good?
What's up, guys? My name's Alex, and I'm doing great. How about you guys?
Doing great, man. Can't complain. So, we going to start this podcast. It's crazy. I recently met Alex. We had a couple fun nights, fun days and nights together. We chilling, hanging out and stuff. And Alex, come to find out, he works for dun, 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 Microsoft. And I'm like, I never met anybody that works for Microsoft. And if you think about Microsoft, we use Microsoft every day in our daily lives without us even knowing. Like if it's like Microsoft Office with Excel, Words, PowerPoints. If we need window, if we have it, most people have like a window tablet or window desktop or window notebook. We're using Microsoft. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things that, or if you even have an Xbox using Microsoft. So I never met someone that works at Microsoft that know a lot of stuff about Microsoft. So that's why I kind of wanted to do this podcast, man. Alex, man. So tell them people about you. Like, what do you do, Microsoft, and things like that, and when did you start working, etc.
Sure, man. So I work in something called Microsoft Rewards, where Microsoft, as a generous company, we always want to give back to the customers. So what we do is when you use the Microsoft products, we give you these points. And then you can take those points and you can donate them to charity, or you can get gift cards with the points. So those things is what Microsoft Rewards is all about, and that's kind of what I work on. So I work on like stuff like Xbox, like Bing, Microsoft Edge, Windows, and when you use these things, you can get rewarded by Microsoft.
Damn, that's cool. That's cool. So I know we were talking the other day about a program that you help get either develop or get signed to Microsoft or signed to a different company. But can you let the people know like what program it is?
Yeah, but which program are we talking? I don't actually remember which one.
Was it like it started with I think it was robot or robot?
Roblox. Yeah, Roblox. That was a really good one. So what we did there was there's this video game called Roblox, and kids love Roblox, and even kids' parents love Roblox as well. And so what Roblox has is this currency called Robux, and Robux is like the cash in the game, right? So being Microsoft Rewards, we offer all kinds of different gift cards, like such as Xbox gift card or Taco Bell or like whatever kind of gift cards you want. We have those, but we don't have a lot of video game currencies. So I thought it would be cool if the Microsoft was able to give out Robux for people who are fans of Microsoft. And I actually saw that, I don't know if you guys know this, but Roblox is one of the top queries in Bing.com, which is, a search engine. People love to search Roblox, and I guess that they love to play Roblox as well. So it was just a clean partnership. So we partnered with the company Roblox, and we now offer Robux in our catalog. And we did like a cool like tweet. Roblox retweeted us, and got like a lot of hype and engagement online. So it was a pretty fun thing.
And that's the thing too, because I didn't know so Microsoft like I think Yahoo and Google, Microsoft owns Bing, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what you were talking about. So another thing, man, like because I know you're a you got a degree in programming, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So tell us like how you got the degree, what school you went to, and stuff like that.
So there, I went to a school called Missouri S&T. It's like a technical school or like a tech engineering. It's really more of an engineering school in Missouri. And so there, I got this computer science degree. And I actually got hired to Microsoft through an organization called NSBE, which is the National Society for Black Engineers. And those guys, they put me on, and I guess they messed with me in the interview and in this conference that I went to, and so that's how I got the offer. And now I'm working in Microsoft and Microsoft Rewards.
All right.
How
So
long you been at Microsoft?
Just about almost 2 years, so maybe 1 year and 10 months, or 1 year 8 months, something like that.
so describe like the work environment at Microsoft. Are you working like what's the location? Like what is it, like an office? Is it a campus? Like what's the environment like?
So there, as you know, the coronavirus is like, wreaking havoc right now. And it's not really, Microsoft at least is thinking it's not safe to go back to work. So they have us working from home right now. So right now you can see I'm at home. This is also my office as well. And so I've been working out of here since I think March last year. So actually about a year exactly. Now before that, and whenever this corona thing is all over, I work in a tower called City Center, which is basically just like this big office building. It's in a place called Downtown Bellevue, and it's pretty decent. I mean, in terms of like the business, or like the environment, physical environment, it's pretty nice. Like we get like your little laptop and your desk, work it all out. In terms of the people I work with, I do like working with pretty much everybody that I work with. I find that there's a lot of like super smart and super cool people in the company. So I appreciate the people. I appreciate the company's like policies. They have a lot of like really lenient policies, like vacation. You get a lot of vacation time and stuff like that. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
So what exactly do you do at Microsoft? Exactly.
What do I do?
What
Well,
exactly do you
like I
do?
was saying, I manage this Microsoft Rewards thing. And the goal of Microsoft Rewards is to drive up the engagement with the Microsoft product. So I work on engaging and acquiring new users to Microsoft stuff, you know? So
Okay.
that's and as in my role in that is something called program manager, which basically is the person who is, kind of driving and leading the project, whatever project that may be. So like for Roblox, came up with the idea, drove it through, worked with like marketing team, engineering team, and got it done. So that's what my job's all about.
You had a question, Beast?
Nah, he kind of just answered it. I was just trying to see how's the campus. I know like Google try to make it like a tech campus, so it's like more of a university than a job environment. I'm just picturing how Microsoft looks.
It's
Is it
pretty
like
cool.
cubicles like everywhere, and like I don't know. I'm just thinking about how y'all incorporate y'all technology into y'all buildings and stuff like that.
Good question. So with the cubicles, there actually, I would say there's not really any cubicles in the whole like offices, like getting into the offices. Usually you have this thing that's called like a bay, where like it's just like an area or a room, and then a bunch of people sit in there, and it's like more of like a collaborative environment, I guess, is why they do it. And it's mostly like open spaces, or if you're like a boss, or you're like or higher ranking, you'll get an office that it's just your office, so then you're working there by yourself. So those two things is mainly how we work. And with regards to the campus is pretty nice. I would say it's not really quite a college campus level, but it has like a cool like I don't know what you would call it, like courtyard area, or like it's called the Commons. It's a cool common area, I guess, where they have like all these restaurants and stuff. They have a restaurant and stuff in the campus. They have like a glasses store, like actually my glasses. They're not over here, but yeah, I bought those from the Microsoft like common store. So they got like some cool like little businesses, like they got a bank and stuff. So with respect to that, it's pretty cool. And there's all kind of buildings, like you were saying, there's all kind of buildings you can like walk between the different buildings and stuff like that. But for me, like I was saying, I actually work in a tower downtown. So for that reason, I don't really go to the campus that much unless I need to meet with somebody over there. But I do like, hang out there sometimes. And I actually live quite close to there too.
What about the environment, like from young to old? Is there more a lot of young people there? Are there more Caucasian people, or there more blacks involved, or how is at Microsoft like?
Yeah, so there, I gotta say, there's not as many black people. We actually need more black people to start joining and stuff like that. But I mean, in terms of young to old, I would say it's mostly old guys. I gotta be honest. Like, I mean, of course, like once you get up to a certain rank, only old people can even reach that rank and stuff like that. So, but you know, they're hiring new guys all the time. They're always hiring like the college guys and all this stuff. But I would say Microsoft is more, you know, it's just like it's a business, so you know, it's mostly old people working in there. Um,
I think Beast made
and
a good idea statement like about the environment. Let me dig a little deeper in that, because like I said, like when we met, we had good conversations and stuff. And you might work for Microsoft. Like, 'cause I never met anybody that works for like a top company, like Fortune 500, like mega company like Microsoft. And I'm like,
top five, easy.
oh, top five, top five, top five, top
I
five.
would say top five. I would say top
Uh,
five. Yeah, yeah, like Drake.
yeah. But it's crazy. So I guess my question is, man, like, why? Like, cause my why, like, did you want to work for Microsoft? And how can like somebody like younger than us, like the next? Cause we also had a conversation when we were at about the next generations. You know what I'm saying? So I guess my question: why did you want to work for Microsoft? And part two of that question is: how can someone younger, like, what? Why should someone younger get in that position to work in Microsoft?
Good question there. So,
Because it's not any of us. Like, when I mean any of us, it's not a lot of black people at Microsoft, like you said, right?
hey,
So
yeah,
how
yeah,
can
got it.
we, work over there? Like, I mean, how can someone pretty much get a chance to work over there? Why should someone work over there?
Sure, 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 sure. So I'll say why I worked there is when I was in high school, I was, you know, I was like pretty, I was like one of the smart kids, you know, so like I was like pretty nerdy and all this stuff. And I don't know, I just always like to build stuff. I was really more into like building engineering stuff. Like I like Legos. You know, Legos is a big like it's basically like engineering for kids where you build like your own house or whatever. So stuff like that was always fun to me. And so when I was in high school, a couple of my friends were like the computer experts, you know? So like anytime you got like a virus or something, or like you can't figure out how to turn in your assignment or whatever, you know, it's like those guys that like know everything about the computers. And those guys actually created the first programming class at my high school. So they went to one of the math teachers was like also a computer guy, and computers and math are very related, I'll say. And so like one of the math teachers basically took on that role of like teaching computer science as well. And I joined that first class because, you know, it was my homeboys like starting the class. So I was like, okay, you know, hang out with the boys and to learn about computers, fine. And it was a new class too, so it was pretty chill. But I learned a lot in that class, and I started to really like computer programming. And I also learned at some point in high school that these computer programmers make a lot of bank. You know, when if you can master it and get into one of these companies like Microsoft or like Google and things like that, you will make bank. So it just became a natural goal for me, you know, with those two things in mind. And I went to college with that goal in mind and took the computer science degree. And you know, as I you know, learned more and more about computers, I just thought, you know, my end goal was always to reach something like Microsoft or Google, which is these top software companies, and they're very known for being nice to their workers and paying them well, and like which they do. So that's why I wanted to work for Microsoft. In terms of how can someone else do that? Well, the first thing I would say is definitely learn more about computers. And obviously, not everybody in Microsoft is a programmer, but that's what Microsoft is all about. That's like the bread and butter of the company is technology, and specifically computers like Windows. You know, like obviously, you know, that's what it's all about. So if you want to get in Microsoft and get one of the cool software engineer positions, first thing you should do is master coding, and which can be very hard in itself. But once you master it, that actually is only step one. You also have to learn to work as a team, and you know, learn how to share your thoughts and how to learn quickly and things like that. That's a real core of the job, is all about learning and collaborating. So I would say always keep those things in mind as well. And it
Okay,
doesn't hurt to like join something like NSBE, like the engineering thing, National Society of Black Engineers. those guys are all about getting Black people specifically jobs at great company like Microsoft and stuff like that. So I would say hook up with those guys as well.
And they are the guys that help you get the job at Microsoft, correct?
Exactly.
So you said a word that I think is very important, because I read something that says coding is like the number one, like one of the number one fastest high paying jobs that you could get without you
You're
spending
making
without you
you're
spend
making 80,000 a year of coding.
code. Yeah, coding is one of the highest paid jobs that you could get, and it's the fastest job you could get if you have a coding degree without you spending like a whole bunch of years in that university and stuff. I read something. I don't know if it's true or not. I seen because this one parent I know in Oakland, Bay Area, because it's what they call it, Silicon Valley. So I read something that a lot of kids from the age of like 10 to 15 are starting to take coding courses.
I've heard that too.
So it's like people don't understand how important coding is. Coding is basically the whole understanding the whole technology. It doesn't have to be Microsoft or anything. It's just technology, period, with cell phones, computers, gaming. You know what I'm saying? So can you explain how important like coding is, and why should, like, I guess parents, especially like parents, like instead of like everybody can't play basketball, football, you know what I'm saying? So why should, like, especially in our community, why should parents force their kid, or not even force the kid, but show they show their kids um like interest, give the kids like knowledge and interest about coding. Tell us why that is important. But like, it's one of the jobs you can make easy, like from like 70 to over 100,000. And if you get lucky, like I seen a kid, he ended up creating his own app, and he needed to do it by coding. So people don't understand your apps, it's actually a coding. You need to learn coding. So can you explain that? Why should a parent basically focus, like tell their kids, hey man, you don't have to play like soccer. Let's figure a way to take a course on coding. Because you could take courses on coding. You don't have to be like 18 years old and go to college, university.
Yeah, and like I was saying, I started in high school, and I know guys it even started before that. It is like it's just a skill that you can learn anywhere. And first thing I'll say there is that I would say parents should force their kids, and not only that, but I think coding really should be like a core subject in school. You know how you have like history class, science class. They should just have like a computer class that's just the same level as science and math class, personally. And the reason I say that is because the world is so high tech these days. Like literally everything is all based around technology. Like for instance, we're only able to get on this call because like we're sitting on the computer. And I don't know about you guys, I'm sitting on Windows computer. So for that reason, everything you do pretty much all day involves that technology. Whether even in your car, the interface in your car is actually a computer. And like a lot of cars that nowadays have screens in them, but even the cars that don't have screens, there is actually computers in the car. And obviously video games, like phone, social media, all these things, like they can't even exist without coding or programmers. So when you think about the more and more you interact with technology on a daily basis, you'll understand that the guys who are creating this are absolutely necessary to society. And as society becomes more high tech, their importance only continues to expand. And for that reason, you should get into coding so that you can be one of those guys driving the next generation of technology. That's what I would say about it.
Yeah, and people don't understand, man. Look, it's not only Microsoft was coding, Amazon used coding. Hey, you guys love, GTA, Grand Theft Auto. I read
Yeah,
something.
like,
Grand Theft
the
Auto
coders are working on that shit right now.
they just hired new coding. I guess it was a game. It was some company game. They just hired a coding for Rockstar, hired coding for a different company to merge with Rockstar to make Grand Theft Auto 6 even bigger than what it is. So people don't understand how huge coding is, man. It's really a dope, a degree that you can learn at an early age and master it when you become an adult, man, and you can make a great career off of it, man. And I think that's really
Alex,
dope, man.
I about to say, Alex, I never thought about this, but you made a great point by saying that it should be a high school course. I think
Mhm.
that can really help, the next generation. But let me ask you this: technology is always evolving and stuff like that. How do you see technology changing in the next 5 or 10 years? Like you said, we already have technology to do everything. You know what I'm saying? How do you see it growing? It's growing daily too.
Absolutely, absolutely. Ah, man, that's a really fun question because I think about technology all the time, and man, 5, 10 years. One thing I'll tell you about, I don't know if it's a 5, 10 year thing or even a 20-year thing, but my man Elon Musk, he has a computer chip that he can insert into your brain. This is something that's getting designed today.
Hmm.
And what it is, it allows your brain to interface with computers. So imagine instead of like picking up your phone, you could just link up to the internet, or like, you could search something on Bing just
What?
using your mind, something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's mind-boggling.
Or let's say you could like, instead of using your hands to type something, you could type the email just by thinking of
Yeah,
the email. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So that's one huge technology that I think is on the way. And it's something like a lot of people sleep on. I think like it's not as public as it should be, but that is already in development and the company already is existing. It's called
Hmm.
Neuralink. So that one is huge.
And you kind of broke up with it a little bit. What you said the company name was?
It's called Neuralink. So you know that it's like neurosurgeon. It's
Hmm.
Neuralink.
Neurlinks.
Neuralink. So like link, like link up, like link a chain, something like that. Neuralink.
Okay. No, okay,
And
wow.
the way he says is like if you like missing a limb or something, you're gonna be able to have an arm and you're gonna be able to control it through like your thinking.
Nice.
Like the way this man is crazy, like the way he
Elon?
thinks.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
Elon is crazy, and how he started an underground like traveling thing. This
Yeah, I heard
man's
about that.
crazy. Yeah, man. He's trying to make a rocket launcher too that can go from here to like London in like 45 seconds or some shit. This man's crazy, bro.
Really?
Yeah, I seen
That's how
something like
that's
that.
how
Yeah.
that's what I'm asking. Like, how do you even see 5 years is a long time? You know what I'm saying? 5 years is a long time. Like the brain thing is even mind-boggling, bro, to even think like. So let me ask you this: do you think they're gonna end up putting chips in people? Obviously, they're trying to do the brain thing. Are they? You think
Do you
they're
mean
gonna
like
do some
forcefully?
where, yeah, forcefully, where like it's like government issued?
I think it would take at least a couple more generations before people buy into that shit. Like
Yeah.
I don't think I think it's absolutely possible because even today they give you social security or whatever. I think it's possible, but I just don't think today's society could handle it. So I would say that's definitely not a 5, 10 year thing. But is it possible, man? Yeah, yeah, it's possible.
That's like a 50 to 100 year thing.
Yeah, I'd say it's a
I
50,
mean,
100. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I don't know, man. I think it might be closer than that. Think about it. They might force you to take a vaccine. Think about that. So
It's
if they
true.
can force you to do that, you know what I'm saying? They might say like this the computer chip is gonna help you with medicine, help you cure things, it's gonna read, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be able to read stuff. So it's like it might force you to do that. And technology, like think about a movie like I Robot and how the robots, like people were infatuated with them and then a whole bunch of them multiplied and at the end it was too late. You know what I'm saying? So I think about little stuff like that too.
Yeah, speaking of stuff like that, cause I remember I heard like it was last year that speaking of the chip, there was gonna be a chip in your system. It was gonna send your doctor notification if you haven't taken your medicine. And I don't know if you heard anything about that, Alex, but I seen something about it that this is gonna be the next technology in the so 5 years. So your
Bro,
doctor,
they already have that in dogs. Like you can put that in your dog right now.
oh
So
for real?
if your dog decide to run away or whatever, it's like a GPS. You can find the GPS. Like you can find where your dog's at. The
No,
thing is small. It's like a grain of rice. That's how small it is. It's like a little chip.
no, but this trip is actually like so. For example, if you're a diabetes patient, right, and you forgot to
Mm-hmm.
take your insulin, it will send your doctor a notification. Hey, you haven't taken your insulin, and the doctor will contact you. Or if you got to take some type of medicine of your that you need to take,
I think that's something. I can't remember the exact, but that's just to go like towards like what we're talking about. Technology is going to
Right.
change 5 years, and this stuff that I don't know, maybe you could, talk about throughout your company, Alex, but this stuff that you guys are already developing right now, but you guys are just testing it, and it's supposed to come out in 2 to 3 years. You know what I'm saying? And that's how just technology is, man.
Facts. And that's pretty crazy with the medical chip thing you were talking about. I totally think it's possible. I think that's a technology that could even come out this year if it's not already been developed. Yeah, within the next 5 years, certainly I would think they'll have that one, because I can imagine it just like reads your blood pressure, it reads your like pH levels or whatever. I don't know as much about medicine, but I'm sure it has like the sensors in there, and then it just sends that information. That's totally a possible technology.
Yeah, I also want you to let them the guys know about how much Xbox is better than PlayStation.
Yes.
Yeah, hey, before you say that, because like before you say that, like everybody know, and it is crazy. Before you say that, Alex, we talked about this weekend. You remember when I was
Yeah.
like saying this crazy? What's the comparison I use, Alex? I said, look, because you remember like you see my phone, and he was like, wow, this is amazing. And I said, look, Samsung is a better product, is better phone than the Apple phone, right? But
Just like Xbox.
than the iPhone. But I said the problem is the iPhone is more popular, is more convenient because more people have it. And I
Just
used to
like
say,
Sony.
and I just used the comparison. I said, hey, I said, if you really think about it, I'm a PlayStation guy, PlayStation family. Everybody in my family got PlayStation. We don't got Xbox. But I said, if you really think about it, Xbox is a better system than PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? But just more people just
Yep.
really,
Yep.
want to mess with Xbox. I mean, really want to mess with PlayStation.
And it's crazy. This is the first time I hear Brother say this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Usually
Really?
he be team Sony all day. I be like, bro, the Xbox better. Just how I be telling them Samsung's better than the iPhone, but popularity wise, nobody gonna buy that shit. Everybody want the iPhone and everybody want Sony. You
No,
know what I'm saying? I be trying to tell them that.
I admitted that to Alex. You know what I'm saying? Alex didn't have to argue with me. I was just he was like, yeah, yeah.
Oh, that was this weekend, bro. You know what I'm saying? You admit to me.
But here's like a quick. Let me
He
just
did
go.
though. He did.
Let me just go through a list of like companies that basically Microsoft represents. So Microsoft does the apps. They got the Windows. They do the OneDrive. They do the outlets. Outlook. They do the Skype. They do the OneNote. They do the Microsoft Team and Microsoft Edge. Which the Microsoft Team is amazing, by the way, because
It
that's the
is.
one that like people. That's their version of a sort of like a Zoom or something. But the Microsoft Team is like is dope. People don't understand how dope it is, man. So that's a little like a few companies or a few products that Microsoft represent. And by the way, I seen the commercial. It's crazy. I know I was doing a podcast with you and I was watching TV. Y'all and you even told me this weekend. You was like, y'all Surface is like way better than the Apple the Apple the MacBook or whatever. Y'all
Wait,
Surface
which?
is the new
Oh, the
Surface.
Surface. Yeah, that thing
hey,
is.
hey,
I'm actually on there.
That shit is crazy. If
hey, but
anybody could
brother,
go on YouTube, everybody
don't
go on
forget.
YouTube and look it up. It's crazy. It's amazing. Cause they do the comparison side by side. The little kid does the comparison side by side. I was like, oh my God. And I never even knew about that, the Surface like that.
Hey, don't forget to tell people. Also, tell people that people from Microsoft came from Apple. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, what you mean? What you mean? Oh,
Huh?
you think the Surface is only because the Apple guys came and helped us with it?
Nah, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying Apple was there first. You know what I'm saying?
Only
So of
by
course I got better.
only by like 2 years or something. But yeah, Apple's cool. I actually have an iPhone too, so like I
Okay, see
I
my
gotta say
phone.
I'm a big fan of iPhone. I think they're really clean.
Okay.
But Alex was
And
like,
PlayStation.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
I was saying PlayStation is cool too, man. Like the thing about PlayStation is they just have like a little bit more games than Xbox, where like there's a few big games that you can only get on PlayStation, whereas Xbox, I mean, they have Halo. That's about it. At least for me, Halo's the only Xbox exclusive that I really like. But yeah, I think they're about equal. I mean, apples and oranges.
Hey, but I was pissed off when you told me. I was like, man, it's crazy. I can't find no Xbox or PlayStation. And you was like, yeah, I went to the office and I picked mine up. I was like,
Yeah,
what the? I was like, what the?
that's the perk of working on Xbox.
Huh?
Yeah, yeah. That's the perk of working on Xbox. Like I said, we have the Xbox rewards thing. So
Yeah, and you
like
got
Tesla.
yours for free.
Yeah, yeah.
And you got yours for free. I was like, what the? Yeah, you was like telling me the benefits, like the discounts and stuff. I'm like, damn, I ain't gonna lie, Microsoft is a company that take care of you, man.
For sure.
I think they make it like comfortable that you guys come to work not stress free. You guys are stress free. You tell me how stuff that y'all got around your office. I'm like, this ain't no regular. I work an office job. It is stress free. We ain't got none of that. Like just the products and the things you guys have around. It will be hard for me to just like focus and work. And I would have been like, man, I would have been chilling. Let me go hop on the Xbox. Let me go hop on this. Let me go hop on this product. It was just be so much. And I think you were talking about the glasses and stuff that they have too, like the eyeglass. It was like some crazy stuff. I'm like, man, people should look up like Microsoft overall, man. Look up like their products, man. Because when you were telling me about the Surface this weekend about the tablets and stuff, and I was like amazed how great it was. I was like, what the hell? And it's crazy. Like before we even did the interview, like today, I seen it. I was like, whoa.
Yo,
But
Alex, let me ask you this, man.
They're
Since
clean.
you,
Yeah, I can't recommend. But go ahead, bro.
I'm about to say, since you're a young guy in the company, how are you gonna grow? You know what I'm saying? Because you said there's a lot of old people there, so it's like usually those people don't give up their spots or give up their position, and they have to work a long time for that. How do you are you gonna grow and expand and open doors for other people like us?
Hmm. Good question, bro. So how am I gonna grow? I mean, I just continue to try to do a good job and get money for the company, and then the company's gonna. They're pretty good about seeing who's doing the most and who's like being really helpful, and then helping those guys get promoted and advance. So I do appreciate Microsoft, like you were saying, they take care of you. And then in addition to that, I don't know, man. I might start something of my own on the side or something. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I find I'm getting great experience and I'm getting great growth at Microsoft. Um, how it goes in 10 years from now, I can't tell you. But I will tell you, like managers, the managers, they're very qualified, and everybody continues to move up. So Microsoft also like our top vice presidents will go ahead and leave the company and make their own thing or something like that. And then the next guy goes up to be a vice president. Then the next guy goes up to take his spot, and so it's always evolving, stuff like that. So I'm not as worried about those guys holding their positions.
dope, bro.
Um,
That's dope.
yeah,
Man, again, man, I want to appreciate you, man, for joining us. Before we wrap it up, because we're about to wrap it up, man, I just want to say appreciate you, man. Because it's like crazy, man. You never know who you will meet. Sometimes it's about opening your mouth and open your mouth and start saying some words, starting a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't even know, because I'm like, damn, I never met anybody that worked at Microsoft, and it was cool. We just talking about different stuff. And I was like, whoa, this guy's a black dude that works for Microsoft, and it's not even like he's where he has a great job, doing great things and stuff. So man, I just want to say appreciate you for joining us, man, letting us know, about a little about Microsoft, a little about coding. You know what I'm saying? How technology is going to evolve in the next like 5 to 10 years, man. Hey, before we wrap it up, man, did you want to well, hold on, Beast, did you want to ask any other questions, or are you good?
No, I have no more other questions, but I hope just to piggyback on what you were saying, I hope he continues to grow and continues to open doors for other people, other young people, you know what I'm saying? Not even just black people, just other young people. You know what I'm saying? Because young people are the future. And especially with this coding shit, coding can be frustrating. I remember when I took coding class, I was all about semicolon, and that made me quit the
yeah.
whole course. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? You being patient with people, or you sharing your story can definitely be encouraging. So I appreciate that.
Absolutely, man. And yeah, and like we were saying, I'm always trying to open doors for the next generation. Actually, I have multiple people who I'm in like mentoring, and people who I've mentored have actually became interns in Microsoft and gotten hired by Microsoft. So I always am trying to like help the next generation. It's just who I run across and like who's got the potential, man. But yeah, I think there's so many people who have the talent, they have the potential, and they can grow too. So always trying to help the next generation.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. Like I said, man, anybody that wanted like hey, did you want to give out your social media information or you don't? It's up to you. If you
Bro, I don't have any social medias. That's one thing. I told you I'm a nerd guy, so I don't really.
it's crazy.
He has a marketing. He has a marketing team for that, man.
Yeah, I got the marketing team on that shit. I have Twitter and all that.
Hey man,
Yes,
so
sir.
anybody that's listening, especially a young, kid, man. So you want to get some information about coding, you never met anybody that works in the industry, man, just hit us up, Big Zoe Podcast. We're available every social media platform. Make sure you leave a comment below, click subscribe, and just let us know what you think, man. But holla at your boys, man. Big Zoe, we everywhere. Miz on me, Miz on me, Miz on me. Let's go.
Miz on me, Miz on me. Appreciate you guys for continuing to support the movement. Shout out to Alex, another great conversation. Leave a comment below. Let us know what you think. And hey, if you got any suggestions, holla at your boys, man. Big Zoe Podcast, we everywhere. And like we always say, Miz on me, Miz on me, Miz on me.